Okay. Who influenced you the most?
My father.
Okay. And what of yourself did he influence?
A powerful commitment to my mother and our family,
Okay.
which carried on for me with my wife Jenny and our girls.
Nice. What was the norms of your society when you were growing up?
Um, the this is a hard one. I guess compared to the norms today, there was much more respect for a household of a husband and wife and mother and father than there is today for relationships, long-term relationships. And there was a greater love for our country and its leadership.
Cool. What was considered cool when you were growing up in your society?
Oh, hanging out with a good-looking girl, probably the same things, jocks, good athletes. There wasn't as much of I think, an economic cool that we have today. I guess, at least the way I grew up, most of us, the socio-economic thing wasn't a big deal. As I think it's a much bigger deal today. Youth especially, seem to understand the wealth or they have or don't have in their homes and in their neighborhoods, and where we simply weren't involved in that as teenagers and as kids. That wasn't shared. As I look back, I actually grew up around a lot of very wealthy families that I had no idea were wealthy.
Okay. What was a taboo?
Well, I never heard the word divorce, except for once one of my friends' aunts got divorced. That's the only divorce that I was aware of until I go off to college. I grew up in a relatively small town, so taboo was breakup of a family.
Okay. What is your strongest personality trait?
Hospitality, and I think I gleaned so much of that from my father and my mother. Our home was very small, therefore we had a small dining room, but we had a magic dining room table that just expanded as anybody needed to sit there. So at any given meal, it could be mom and dad and the 6 kids, and then 3 or 4 friends. In the holidays, our home seemed to be the home where friends of ours would gather and break bread with all of us. A really small house, but very, very hospitable.
And you just answered my second question, which was what experiences made that strongest, which you already answered. And so, out of these four things, which is the biggest part in your life? And those 4 are family, friends, school, and media.
Family, for sure. I came from a solid family, and hopefully I'm part of a solid family as a father and a husband, and to my wife, and also to our extended family. We seem to be pretty well blessed. We have no baggage. The older we get, the more we love each other. So.
Awesome. And I have a little note that I wrote you, so
All right.
I'm going to share that with you. Dear Ed, we've known each other for about a year and a bit, but through all that time, I needed